side of the story. Real talk, inspiration, no conversation. My disability is not an ability. I can still do other things better. Listen to our side of the story.
Hello guys, Dini. It's your girl Kayla, the girl who can't see but can hear, who can't see but can walk, who can't see but can talk. But in everything you do, just know that I can see you. Welcome to another episode of Our Side of the Story. Yeah! I now know the song. Real talk. Inspiration, new conversation.
Oh, I'm listening.
Welcome to another episode of Our Side of the Story. Before we go any further, please don't forget to like, subscribe. That's it, the button is red. Is it red?
Yes.
Or is it red or pink or orange?
Whichever color it is.
Subscribe, share, and follow, guys. I am not alone in the Matani Mswati. I am yodwa. Ihamba nolwazi, her co-host.
Yeah, guys, Lwazi, and welcome back to another episode. Hope you enjoyed the last one. From what I've heard, a lot of people enjoyed it. Family, friends saw it as well, and they loved it. And I would say keep the comments rolling, and thank you for the support.
Lwazi, how did you feel, Mara, seeing yourself there, La Payana, on YouTube and whatnot, doing the most? How did it feel?
You know, at first, right, I didn't believe it. As I would say, like I didn't believe it. I didn't think it was something I would do. But look here we are, you know. And then yeah. And how's your experience?
Yo, Mina. At first, I was like, oh my word, like, Nyendani. Like, I felt like I'm fumbling a lot. But then at the same time, I was like, oh, Kayla, calm down. It was just the first episode.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to fumble a little. But overall, I think it was great. I think people, what matters the most is how people respond to the episode, and most people seem to love it a lot. And yeah, once again, guys, thank you for your support.
Thank you.
2 more episodes.
And more and again and again.
And we are not alone, guys. We are honored to have someone very influential, someone that we all look up to, especially in the blind community. Even outside the blind community, we look up to this guy, guys. We have the blind man behind the mic. That is what you call yourself.
Yeah.
The blind man behind the mic. Guys.
Welcome to Bar Radio on Steve Biko. Yeah, my name is Calvin Mogajane, the blind man behind the mic, a man with the radio voice. The name of the show, it is called Mid-Morning Therapy, where you will find me always, every time from 9 to 12, Monday to Friday, Koramos Bar Radio, presenting for the patient, for the people who are in offices, for the doctors, for the professionals. Welcome to the most exciting educational show on Spa Radio. Make sure that you tune in always 9 to 12. The name of the show, as I said, it is called Mid-Morning Therapy with the blind man behind the mic, man with the radio voice.
Calvin, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
Super.
Please give us your famous introduction.
Welcome to the most exciting educational show here at Kayla Studio. My name is Calvin Mogajane, the blind man behind the mic, a man with the radio voice.
Here, guys. I feel pressure. I'm feeling the pressure. Calvin, thank you for being here today. We know you're a celebrity.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Do you also want 40K for a feature? Because they say I'm a celebrity, they want 40K for a feature.
No, mine is negotiable.
Calvin, I'm inspired by you a lot.
Thank you so much.
Like, I've been reading about you for the past few days. The first time I met you was at TUT.
Yeah, I was.
And I don't think you remember what you said to me, ne?
What did I say?
You said to me, the only disability
The only true disability in
you
the
can
world
have
is
is a bad attitude. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Please go deeper with what you said. Like, I understand what you meant, but maybe the viewers might not understand with what you mean with that saying.
So I have the 4 quotes that drives my inspirations, and the quotes are: the only true disability in the world is bad attitude, and a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You will never go anywhere because there is a you in you that makes you to be you because you are you. You rather become the product of your decision than being the victim of the circumstances, because a success comes from pain, a pain comes from try, a try comes from vision, a vision comes from the person.
Yo, hi guys. Hi Salasi Valley Show. I think Saskatchewan we are done. Because what? That's already the moral of the story. Yeah, okay, that was mouthful. Calvin, you're an author.
Yeah.
You're a radio presenter. You play the piano. You do alles.
Yeah,
Wait,
no.
that's what to
Totally, Braga.
Calvin, to be where you are today, you started somewhere, like how I'm starting a podcast right now. Hey, shubile, go busy. And I mean, when you start something, there are so many challenges.
Sure.
And like you get demotivated a lot. To be where you are today, what actually inspired you to keep on going, to keep on pushing?
So I'm gonna start from my foundation. When I was affected by glaucoma in 2004, that's why I became permanently load shaded.
Load shedding.
So I went to I'm from Limpopo though, so I went to Busile Primary School for the Blind. That's where I went and learned how to operate or use the dotted system called a braille. So in 2014, I came to Pretoria where I started my grade 8 to 12. Then, obviously, in 2019, I went to learn Introduction to Computer at
Optima.
South African National Council for the Blind, Optima. And in 2020, I started my studies at Tshwane University of Technology, where I completed my diploma in 2022, advanced diploma in 2023, postgrad diploma in 2024. I'm now completing my master's in October.
Yeah. Soon we are going for a PhD here.
Soon.
We're gonna have Dr. Mogajane. Wait, what's your
Yeah,
name?
Dr. Mogajane. You are
Yeah. Didn't butcher it.
Yeah, you didn't butcher, you were coming. So, I was inspired by a lot of things or a lot of people, especially I grew up listening to a radio station. I like different radio stations, like Tobela FM and also Igwegwezi FM, Mutsweding FM, because of they are the ones who had radio dramas with them. So I was listening to different radio dramas from different languages. So it's something that inspired me to be where I am right now as a radio presenter and also as an author.
Calvin, you have 4 books right now. Since you're saying that you're an author,
Sure.
you've released 4 books so far. When was the first time you released? Like, which year did you release your first book?
So my first book was released in 2014. I was discovered by Diego Creative Writers under the wing of National Arts Council. So that's the organization that they give the publishers to go and find like people who can be authors. So at that time, in 2013, they hosted a workshop when I was in grade 7. So I didn't know that I'm an author. Up until one day, what happened is that when they were hosting that event, I was a very naughty guy. I was a very naughty guy. And then I had to be punished. So I had to be punished to say, if ever, because you know that very well, they always say, when I rasa, when you know those things. So you are going to be punished now. You are going to be punished. You are not going to eat. Obviously, at that time I was in grade 7. I will cry for food. I will cry for food. I was in grade 7 at that time and they were eating sandwiches. Who can reject the sandwiches whereas you are young? Not now, So I had to cry, and then they were like, okay, if ever you want to eat, you need to do something for us. I was like, what? They were like, you are going to go outside, create a Sepedi poetry, and then come back and present it to us. Then I went outside, I practice. It was really difficult. Then I came, I did the first one. So this guy comes to me called Theo Philemon Charlie.
Was it that teacher that?
No, he wasn't a teacher. He was from the publishing company. He was
Oh,
like,
okay.
Can you be an author? I was like, yeah, I would love to be an author. I was like, did you write something? I was like, no, I wrote only one story. I was like, okay, come here. Now you are going to eat with me. Then I went and eat with these guests. Then I was like, okay, how many stories do you want from me? They were like, we want only 11 stories within 7 days. 7 days, okay. The school allowed me to go home though. Then I had to write. So I have a twin brother. So at that time, I didn't know how to operate computer. So I would write stories using Braille, and then I would request him to type it for me, to type them for me. So I will read, and then he transcribed to Braille, to text.
Yeah.
So at that time, they do that. They did. Then the story completed. The stories are completed right now. They were like, okay, reading got speed. He was like, get speed. Then I gave them. I moved to Soshanguve in Philadelphia, at Philadelphia Secondary School. On the 28th of March, then I received a call from my mother. It's like, my son, your book is ready. I was like, my book is ready. How's that possible? No, Mama, that's not possible. I was very young at that time, Shemwait. That's not possible. Then they came with the copies. And the title of the book, they give it in Sepedi, that is called Sibatahum. I was like, really?
What does that mean?
Sibatahum is just the person who's making noise.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it was a fictional story. It was fictional stories at that time. Okay, then the book I see now, I'm being invited to the first time being in Tobela FM. Then I went for that time. It's SABC. I'm happy. I'm very excited.
And this is now grade 7 or 8?
Now I'm in grade 8.
Wow.
So I get a call again to that publisher to say, write a poetry book, Yasipedi again. At that time, I was in love with the lady. I forgot the name of the lady. I'm not gonna mention that.
God. You won't mention.
So at that time, those texts just pedi, dumela rato, those things. Then I had to submit that poetry book there. Then he was like, yo, bruh, are you in love? Why are you writing such poetry? And you are still young. Why are you doing that? I was like, no, I was just in love. Please remove her name. Because I submitted the manuscript with her name. That was dedicated to this and this. I was like, remove the name. Then they removed the name. The book published Yasipedi, and it was titled Mpepu Mpepu. Mpepu Mpepu means somebody who uktetumtwana.
This is now the second
This
book.
is now the second book.
Okay.
Then I get a call from SABC.
Going places. We are claiming the land.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
You are invited to attend and you are invited to do a show called to do an interview with the show called Shift. At that time it was with Bo Ausurulani Baloy and Roni Muloisi at that time. Then I go. That was my first time going on TV at that time. Then I do the first show. People love the show. Oh, Calvin Mogajane is on the show. People, they don't believe because of you are from the community where you are blind. You right now. So you are on TV, your family start to be excited. I get a call again from SABC to say, we are willing to do a documentary for you. At that time, I was very young. I just wrote a stage play that is called Oh Lord, Why Lord? It was a stage play at that time in grade 9. Remember, it was after Mpepu Mpepu. It was funded by, I think it was, no, it wasn't funded by, it was SABC. They linked with me from Blind SA.
Yeah.
Then we did a show called Each One Teach One. So, and then I continued writing a stage play. So I stopped writing. So I was like, let me just now embark in a journey of English. Let me write in English. I wrote a stage play that is called The Soft Voice of a Pedophile. Okay, The Soft Voice of a Pedophile. I went to the competition with the story. That's where I learned how to, script write a theatrical play there and there. So I meet this guy called Patrick. He's a Nigerian guy. At that time, I started, I'm done with Philadelphia at that time. But my name is there. When you search, who is the blind author in South Africa, you get Calvin Mogajane. At that time, obviously, it was different newspapers. I went to Daily Sun. I went to, what we call this, Pretoria newspaper at that time. At that time, it was still existing in 2019. So I'm done from Philadelphia Secondary School. So I have to now embark to a journey of TUT, now start to do my own thing. Then I wrote the book in English that is called Strong Woman. So in the cover of the book, if you can see the cover of that book, it's my mother.
Wow.
My mother represents the
strong woman.
The strong woman. So I wrote the book Strong Woman. Then the book got an award from Lupeco Peace Foundation because of it was a book that attacks the gender-based violence that happens into a polygamous relationship.
Wait, before you go any further, does that mean you said you wrote a book that says Strong Woman,
Strong
right?
Woman, yeah.
Does that mean the YouTube show, the one it takes a strong woman to
forgive, yeah,
it also comes from there?
Yes, but I didn't want to continue with the YouTube channel because of at that time in 2021, before I published the book in 2023, I've already started It Takes a Strong Woman to Forgive as a movement, you know. So at that time, TUTFM approached me to say, come and do the show called Mid-Morning Connection with Mateja Signol. At that time, I've never been into studio to do a show at that time. So they had to teach me to operate the fader, to operate the softwares and whatsoever. So I had to learn those things.
While we are blind.
The journey was good. The journey was good, but very difficult because of some assistive technologies are not yet developed, especially because we are using, now things are changing. Now the software, they are using Zeta, others they are using Dira, others they are using Radio Boss or Radio DJ, you see. So the only thing that was not difficult was Radio DJ. But remember, if ever you are blind, so it becomes difficult because now you can't do what we call this, you can't use a screen reader or else you're on air. So I had to buy something called Braille No Touch Plus, which assists me to read adverts, time, schedule my adverts, and to do my scripts.
Do you mind sharing how much it was? Because like people don't believe us when we say things to make our life easier for us as people living with disabilities are very expensive. So if you don't mind sharing how much it was, would you please share?
So the life is expensive. Let's talk about the personal life before the professional life. Professional life, it's not expensive. Just that people makes it to be expensive. But I'm gonna respond on that one. The personal life, if ever you want to be independent, that thing was 65,000 rand. So it cost an earth. It cost an earth. Like it's really cost an earth. But into the professional life, it's not that difficult. It's not costly because we are not saying at the workplace you should buy us that thing. As long as you give us a desktop, we'll find the screen reader to operate on our own.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, reduce the myth to the companies that says to hire a blind person is costly. That's a lie. It's just them not wanting to hire us.
But now we're speaking in terms of like, say, as Ukela, I want to do things on my own. I don't want people to be busy assisting me.
Yes.
To get all those assistive devices, it's very expensive.
Very expensive. Looking at the personal capacity of what you want to achieve. Maybe you are at home, you don't want to operate your laptop, your screen reader, but you want to read in Braille, advanced Braille. Yeah, it will be expensive. But I don't want the companies to think that, when they ask you, what is the resources that you want from us? As a blind people, you cannot request Polaris. You cannot request Braille No Touch Plus. It's costly. You can't request that.
What is Polaris?
Polaris, it's a Braille sense. It's 105,000 rand. It's Braille sense. So you can't request those things. You only have to go to the school, learn how to operate computer. Learn how to do programming on your own. Then you come. You say to the company, when you are in an interview, they will ask you, what resources do you want? You tell them, I only need a desktop. Only desktop. So I'll do things on my own.
So sorry to cut you, but when it came to the whole process of learning the computer and all of those programs, I would like to ask, what were the main challenges as well as how did you overcome them? Because I know there are some features which, when I also use, they're quite difficult due to my eyesight. So I want to know from your point of view.
So the only thing that was really difficult in learning those programs was a Microsoft Publisher. Microsoft Publisher, it's not easy for you to get the shortcut keys. But the difficulties is to memorize all those keys
shortcut
from
keys.
Word, you know, from Word to Excel. From Word, Excel, what do we call this?
You use Access.
Microsoft Access, and also that thing, PowerPoint.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to memorize those keywords.
All of them.
Word is super simple, my friend.
Yeah.
But when we come to Excel and also Microsoft, what do we call this? PowerPoint.
I think PowerPoint is much easier compared to Access, because I think Access is even difficult even when you have eyesight.
Yes.
Because I remember before I lost my sight, I used to do computer, what's that module? CAT.
Computer application.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was difficult using Access because of like all those things, having the product key and whatnot, while I was still sighted. So now imagine using Access while you're blind. I think Access is the worst one.
It's very difficult. But you know, I'm glad how I learned how to use Microsoft Teams. So I was invited to do a presentation for my master's at that time. And I said to them, I'm not going to present because I was afraid. Then I tell them, all right, I'm not going to come and present next to you guys. I rather do it online.
Yeah.
But that online, I'm thinking, I don't know how to operate Microsoft Teams. What's going to happen? You know, now God blessed me with the great friends, Mafit. I'm not going to lie to you.
True friends.
I have true friends. I'm not going. You know what? My friend said to me, download Microsoft Teams. That I call this guy called Xolani Ndlovu from Optima College. I was like, send me the shortcut keys of Microsoft Teams. Then he sent Microsoft Teams. That guy said to me, you have only 3 weeks. You have to rehearse to operate your Microsoft Teams alone.
Yeah.
So he would create a link as a lecturer, send me the link so that I can present my slides and learn how to operate the slides. How do I share the slides? How do I do a presentation using a PowerPoint and also create my own PowerPoint presentation slide? You know, there comes the day of independence right now.
Yeah.
I'm alone and my computer. So I'm well known at Swan University of Technology. They didn't want me to open the camera. So they said to me, hi, Calvin, please talk so that we can know it's you. And I was like, this is me, said. I was like, are you sure it's him? So there was a doctor who said, no, it's him. You can hear it's always noisy, that one. So it's him. So and then I did my first presentation with PowerPoint and also Microsoft. I was really afraid, but my supervisor called me. So you have to take maybe some weeks for your masters to be accepted. But I was accepted within, I think, 10 minutes after my interview.
Wow.
I was really happy at that time. My supervisor called and was, did you have anyone to assist you? I was like, no, there was no one to assist me. I was like, I'm proud of you. And I was like, thank you so much. I was like, why are you saying that? I was like, no, your studies is already accepted.
Wow.
I was really happy at that time. I was like, no. After such and I realized that confidence helps. When you are confident, people won't see even if you are lying. But if you are confident, people won't say that you are lying.
That's true. You know what? I used to sort of like mentor this other girl when she was doing matric. I used to tell her, you know how I used to fight Mina for my distinctions in matric. I would go because I know that I've studied. When I walk inside the exam room, I would walk with confidence. When I go there, I'd be writing with confidence. Even sometimes an answer that needs general knowledge and not knowledge, something that you've studied, I would answer it with confidence because now when I'm busy internally boosting myself and telling myself, no, I can do this thing, I can do this thing. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, confidence should be your second skin. You will be fine. You will be fine. Yeah.
Yo. I mean, Calvin, you mentioned the person that pointed you out and said, we are making noise. Go outside and do this poem and whatnot. This is someone that actually believed in you, Calvin.
True.
And would we please like try to speak about like the people that are around us that play these huge roles in our lives? Because some people they break us unknowingly, which they are breaking us with the comments that they say to regarding the things that we do. But some people they build us. Like if someone like will say to you, Calvin, I'm proud of you. Even if you've done something little, you now say to yourself, oh, there's someone who's actually watching this, and someone who's actually seeing what I'm doing, and it actually encourages you to do more. So about that person, what would you like want to say about him?
You know, I'm the one who disappointed him. I'm just gonna tell you why. But it was a positive disappointment. So, you know, to Diego Philemon Jale, he played an impactful role to my life, and it's a person that I will never forget. As much as I find difficult outside there, I know his publishing company will always open to assist me. So I remember when I was publishing A Strong Woman, and I was like, good Diego, my brother, I want to go and learn because of I feel like you've become a person that gave me the industry right now. Now I know the industry. Now you are the father of this industry. But as your child, please allow me to go out and learn a lot of things. He was so disappointed. He was so disappointed to such an extent that he even said, my friend, this publishing company will always open to assist you. Go and learn outside. And then if you think that you are failing outside, this publishing company will always agree to help you. Then I went outside. Outside, I was meeting difficulties because of the contracts and whatsoever. He will call me to say, send that contract to me so that I can be able to assist you. It was like, if ever that publishing company fails to give you the barcode, we can publish it, got the barcode, Diego Creative Writers, with your own ISBN, edited by them. You know, I was like, you know, you are spoon feeding me too much. Let's see what to do. Then I met this guy called Patrick, who assisted the Strong Woman now to be released. So in 2023, I released the book Strong Woman, where now the Tshwane University of Technology said, let's help you to launch this wonderful book. We've never had a blind person who's launching this book. Out of the years that we've been established, you are going to be the first one. Then we did a book launch. The book launch was fully packed, was funded by Department of Sports, Arts, and Culture. They came in numbers, you know, to support this wonderful project. I've been hosting events, but this one, I think it was my best event ever to be hosted. And then I get a call from Morning Live, you know. Morning Live, they want to review the book. They want to review the book. Then I go to SABC. You know, I've been with SABC. They should hire me. So I went to Morning Live, and then I was called again by ENCA to come and say, let's review your book. Your book is very interesting. Then we're speaking about the gender-based violence that happens into a polygamous relationship. And now he calls Diego to say, you know what? I see now you are making moves, my friend. I see now you are making moves, and thank you so much because of now my name is there.
Calvin, don't you think they stole? Don't you think the polygamy stole your idea?
No. It was from Mama Nyati. The book was published in 2012. Yeah, his book was published in 2012. So I think we tackle polygamy in a different way between me and her. I tackle polygamy in the family plus the children. You know, too much into children and how the second wife behave and the first wife behave. So I tackled that from that.
What inspired you actually to write that book?
I'm from the polygamous relationship with my parents. Okay. But I'm not talking about my parents. My father is a good man. Let's just establish that because of after people saw the book, A Strong Woman, they were like, oh, your father is cruel. No. the character there is Trevor Kumalo. It's not my father. My father is a good man. He has two wives, although there's some challenges that we see inside, but you know, the characters changed. The blind character is a girl, that side of the book. Her name is Nadia. So I'm not talking about the challenges that we faced at home properly, probably at home. But there are challenges that we face because of it's a polygamous relationship. So you will see the favoritism, the imbalancement of those things you are going to see them. But the developmental of the story, it doesn't too much bargaining talk to about my family. But we had to tell people, gore, as much as people can screen dilo tša gore ba re go na le bo mamang ba ile gore I can't call their names, but mamang o bolela ka polygamy on how the women are happy in the polygamy. That's a lie. It's scripted in Duela Go TV. They script that thing so that when you can admire to be in a polygamous relationship. It's not nice. It's not really nice. You know what? Yesterday I was invited on Ikwekwezi FM around 10:30. So we're talking about the book to the show called Mtonjane. We're speaking about the book. There's a woman who sent or who texted and said, "Lendro ngingaphakathi kwayo ngalesi sikhathi masikhuluma ngayo. My man doesn't want to listen to me anymore, but he only listens to the second wife." You could see how much it destroy your emotions. Or now the other half, it's with my children, and the other half is because of I can't give my children all because of that man broke me. Then I realized The Strong Woman, it's a powerful book. It talks about the patriarchy in the polygamous relationship, and people don't want to speak about that.
Mina, I'm smitten by it takes a strong woman to forgive. Like, the moment I saw the title, it's a strong title, by the way. The moment I saw the title, I was drawn to actually see, like, to actually watch goods and like what is going on here.
So it takes a strong woman to forgive. In the book of Strong Woman, as much as that first wife was very destroyed, but he managed to forgive that man. She managed to forgive that man. As much as she endured that abuse from that man, but she managed to forgive. And I realized that there's an author called Mama Julia Mashele who wrote the book, Justice Delayed is Justice Denied. She was arrested after the apartheid government faked that she was selling drugs because of at that time they didn't want a black woman to be rich. At that time it was very rare to find a black woman rich like how she was. So she was arrested. She was detained with no trial, but she was released, I think, in 2003. She managed to forgive what happened, but moved on with her life. You see, I even invited her to my show. I do a show called Sunday Breeze on TUTFM. So where we do the Sunday Spotlight, we are spotlighting the powerful women and the powerful organizations that plays an impactful role into different communities. So we're speaking about that to say what happened. And then after he wrote the book called what forgiveness? I forgot the title of the book. And then I realized that women do forgive. Women do forgive. It's not easy as a man to find yourself forgiving because even if but if ever a woman comes and cheats on you,
It's like the end of the world.
you will not forgive that woman. But we expect different from women. We expect different from women to say, "Hey, I cheated, man. Mogajane is sorry."
Yeah.
And they forgive and move on. They forgive, pretend,
Gandhi, they are
and
cooking
then
in the background.
something.
They are cooking their revenge.
But truly speaking, if ever you can go back, the traditionalists, you will see our women forgive lot of people. Marabanna. So I started this movement. It takes a strong woman to forgive. Then I pushed the book in 2024. 2020. So I give myself time. 2 years, I published another book. 2 years, I published another book. So after 2 years, 13th of February this year, I published the book that is called The Untold Stories of the Beautiful Church. And
I saw the title.
I was telling my friend to say, "Hey, now my work is not recognized." You see? Then after I said that, then I was like, "Hey, let me just check my emails." I'm invited to Durban Exhibition Center. The book got an honorarium. And I was like, more. Then I tell my friend, I got this invitation from Durban municipality eThekwini. They said I must attend this honorarium event. My book got honorarium title. I was like, wow. Then this guy said, "Do you remember what did you say last week?"
Yeah.
He said, "Your work is not recognized. Look what's happening right now." So I did. When I arrived there, I met Mama Gcinam Mhlophe. I was really happy to meet that woman. Mama Gcinam Mhlophe was like, that's the person that I was looking for. I was like, what are this person one follow? What are this person one follow? So I did the interview with this media after my presentation. I did this interview with media. When I woke up my twin brother on Rumela video, that video got 6.7 million viewers. And it's trending about that 4 codes. The only true disability in the world is bad attitude, blah, blah. You know those codes that I said when we start the show? I can't walk, long, no. Each and every time I give it, word of the day, the blind man. Word of the day, the blind man. Oh, Mara. Mara.
Is your twin brother blind?
I know he's fully sighted. My twin brother is fully sighted.
Were you born blind?
They said I was born blind. I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
Because other newspapers, because I remember on Move magazine, they said, what did they say? They said I was given and then I was affected by glaucoma. There's a lot of stories.
What do your parents say?
My parents said I was born blind. That's what they say. You know, and obviously they are the primary source. I have to believe on them.
How's your relationship with your brother?
Unfortunately, we didn't have a great relationship before because remember after I was affected by glaucoma, so I had to leave to
Boarding school.
You know, so that connection was not there. But we are really trying to reconnect that because of I think now we are matured enough to understand that was just circumstances, but this can be rebuilt.
Yeah.
We speak every day, you know, we always talk, we visit each other.
And how did you adjust to like life outside of boarding school? Because I know it's quite different.
Yeah.
How did you adjust to it?
You know, in 2019, after I've completed my matric in 2018, you know, at primary school when we were well spoon-feeded, boarding school, I'm sorry. So I had to go to now stay with my friends and learn how to cook. So each and every time they will leave, go to work, and then you find out, I'm not going to eat because of I don't know how to make food. Then wait for them to come back and then make food for me. So there's this guy who said to me, Mfethu, you can't just stay here, but you don't eat.
Yeah.
So you will die one day. What if we come late? You know, he was like, let me just cook you, help you how to cook, teach you how to cook. Then he taught me how to cook. My first meal that I cook, I remember it was bull brand beef with rice. They ate bull brand beef with rice and then batswara gima.
That was even the but that's an easy meal to cook, Mos, because that thing is like fast. It's already half cooked.
Remember, I didn't know how do we cook at that time.
Yeah, it was so early.
So they went to batswara gima. They were giving me names. Your food is a problem. Your food is a problem. Then I developed. And then in 2020, I went to TUT. Then I started liking to cook for a lot of people. Even now, I still cook for my friends.
Oh.
Now I know how to cook. I know how to bake.
Shakti, you should expand your career and like open
In what?
teaching.
No, you're starting. No. I wanted to be independent. If ever I would get the wife who does not want to cook, then I will cook by myself. You know, I agree we are preaching 50-50. Then I will cook.
Calvin, are you available for the ladies out there?
No, I'm not. So hence but to adapt, as I said, God has blessed me with great friends, man. You know, I don't travel alone in most of my times, even if I go to different places, far or Cape Town or attending Grahamstown Arts Festival, I don't go alone. I'm always with friends. My friends, they know, even if like I'm invited to because I do an MC's production, what. So they will call me to say, the government, maybe department agent, they will call to say, come and be an MC. I tell them, RSVP for this kind
people,
of two people, they will be there. They will be there. They are coming with me, each and every time. So, so the SABC Little Las Chaba, they will be releasing my documentary, the second one. The second one, SABC, they will be releasing my documentary with my life. I think there they didn't interview my friends. They wanted to focus on professionalism. How do I navigate studio? How do I do things on my own? Who inspired me to be on the radio? Who taught me those things, study radio and what so forth,
Yeah, before we move away from the topic of friends, Calvin, I want you to know, how do you get the real friends? Because I think some of us are not like, hey, like, I don't know, guys. And like, you know what? I'm that one person that always prays before, like, I actually invest myself in a friendship or like some sort of relationship. But let's bankila, guys. But let's bankila. And like, once I'm in a friendship, and like I easily get hurt because why did this person do this to me? And somehow I found myself even blaming myself, would say, hi, maybe I am the problem. But then sometimes I just reflect and think that, but because I even give people a platform. One thing about me, I will give you a platform and ask you, did I do anything wrong to you? Please tell me if I've done something wrong to you, so that like I can also say sorry. But I don't get good people, and I don't analyze them.
How killer.
Okay, Opente, you've been a good friend. I mean, like, over the years, Solobayan Gila. And now, like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the few that I have. And like, now I'm just gonna keep people like love them from a distance.
Yeah. So I think on myself, not people just love me, Kayla. People love me, but now I have to understand if ever this person is my friend or not. I start to see how is your attitude when it comes to I drink, Kayla.
You drink what?
Alcohol. I will have to be honest with you.
Oh, stop.
No. So I first want to see how is your maturity in terms of before. Let me just start there. Secondly, are you being able to uplift me to my destiny where I want to go in life?
Yeah.
Like, you understand my morality as a person.
And
Yes.
you bring
And
value.
do we share the same values? Yes. And are you supporting my vision?
Okay, values can be different due to moral but do you support my vision?
Yeah.
Because I think two opposites attract. So do you support my values? Do I support yours? And then another thing, what is your attitude towards older people to you?
Yeah.
Are you
Reflects quite a lot.
are you able to argue? Are you able to find yourself in a situation whereby you take immediate it could be immediate solution, or the solutions that are where you become the product of those decisions, because I'm blind, if ever I would request you to say guy, would you tell me like I'm lazy? You if ever I see you will tell me you are not valuing my vision, you are not supporting my vision. I can't tell you go podcasting ya Kayla, and you know my work, you are not doing anything in that day, and then you are going to tell me now you are lazy. You're not supporting my vision. And then when you want me, I have to stand up and help you. No, we rather leave the relationship. I'm not going to tolerate that.
Yeah, because we don't have to always agree on the same things, but then sometimes you compromise.
Yes.
Whether in a friendship or relationship, love relationship, you compromise.
Yes, I am not saying I depend on you. I'm not saying that you can do your own things. I mean, you are my friend. You can tell me, right now, my friend, if ever we didn't have a podcast, he was going barking, he didn't have an interview. Not all, now. Then I was like, okay, let's do this. Ergo to your interview. And then from there, they will find me there, and then we come here to shoot the podcast. You see, it's a compromise that I can do to help her, to help him le yena gore a kgone ho reach his destiny.
Yeah.
You know. So in terms of school, am I able to assist you when you need help? Gadi assignment. Yes, I can sit down with you. Let's sit down and talk about your school things and see if ever it works for you. Yes, friends, sometimes we get angry to each other and what so forth. But we need to check, is this a huge problem or not? You know, a huge problem is when you now start to betray your friend. You start to steal money from your friend, you know, such things. You know,
Yeah.
that's a betrayal. You're not a great friend.
Yeah.
But if ever we argued because of when I ate my 100 rand that I was supposed to be using, and you need to learn to make the problems difficult gore re kgone ba di joke e le fetsa go di berekisha those things e le fetsa go resolve no mara wena mona o start ke ya tsa o tlo ja 100 rand la gape bobo then we laugh when you are stupid then we are happy we've passed.
So what you're saying is like the main thing, Kore, you must also set boundaries.
Boundaries,
Ne?
but do not show that boundaries because of course because when you set boundaries and then people know about how did you set your boundaries but banya go di jump
Work around.
How will you react? So you don't have to show people that you are desperate for them.
And also learn how to resolve conflict.
Yeah.
Because conflict will always be there. And now you can't just and just not talk to me without even addressing something with me, Guti, and telling me, Guti, Kayla, I didn't like what you did. And then like you now have to see how I'll respond to what you are addressing to me. If I'm giving you an attitude, that is when you can just say I nyapuma Kale. But if you can see that I'm also humbling myself and I'm saying, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that this is going to make you to feel this way. I'm so sorry.
But what if at that time he's desperate in need of that?
And when you have more than enough.
I remember I borrowed my friend money. I think it was 3,315 rand. Ne?
Never.
So my friend got paid. It was like, I was like, my friend, I need my money. I was like, Iman, you help me to pay rent. What's wrong with you?
But I'm sure he paid it back in other ways.
Aye.
Really?
Hi. It's just that when I called to say, Iman, I need money, to be like, Romela, no, relax. You know? Because of this is the values that you put to them. Like, you would want them. I have a best friends. But if ever me 200, I'm not gonna pay it back, which is wrong. But the problem is that I'm borrowing because of I want to eat with them. At that time.
Yeah.
Maybe motho a gona anya go ntsha tšhelete gore re kgone go reka dijo because re ka se tshwane mo scheming. Go na le mong he will be fine, you know. Go na le mong he will, you know, o tlo ba stingy, you know. So you have to find a way to take money from that stingy friend of yours. But truly speaking, it's not easy to hear somebody says he's proud of friends that he has. But because, you know, we meet different people and we're from they can put you in the problems and leave you like that. So I just want to say to the viewers, be careful of the friends that you choose.
Yeah. Leslie, speaking about friends and money, do you remember that time when I called you and I was like, Lazi, please go to the
loan.
bank and take a loan
I was
on,
so
on
ready.
my behalf and like just like use your details. I was so shocked. You didn't even think of your response. You were like, friend, I would have loved to do that. But then like the bank, they've already said to me, I can't do it because like you also wanted to take a loan in your name. I was so shocked because you didn't even think about it. You were like, you just went with your response. I was like, oh God, this guy has got my back.
That's part of life.
Yeah. Before we forget, Calvin, let's give credit where it's due. You know, to be where you are today, you've climbed the ladder, right?
True.
So, like, what would you want to say? I mean, you won't even name them one by one because I mean, there are a lot. To be where you are today, there are so many people that influenced you. There's so many people that encouraged you. There are so many people that lended their hand to you. What would you want to say to them?
You know, it's very difficult to give a vote of gratitude because of sometimes, you know, when they are here, that's where they will, you know, be emotionally well with you. But, you know, life outside there as a blind person is very difficult, and if you find people that can really support you, it play an impactful role to your life to say there are people who can support me, who can, take me through this journey, especially the person who found me, Tiago Philemon Chale, my friends, and also my parents. TUTFM, bruh, the story of TUTFM comes from long time ago, whereby I came as a radio contributor doing a show only for 30 minutes. But this guy came called Mateja Signolo, came to say, I was just station manager. You know what? I would like to have this guy as my co-host. This guy has a content. I remember it was after I've done an interview with a condition for women called endometriosis. So this lady at that time was affected by this condition called endometriosis. He wrote the book called My Journey with Endometriosis. Endometriosis.
Does it have to do with the endocrine system?
Okay. So it's worried there's a cell in a womb that grows, that sort of fibroids. Sort of fibroids. So you can't be able to bear children if ever you have that condition, endometriosis. So I did this interview with this girl called Frufero Rambao, which cracked my industry, because at that time Negidira Fola on Wednesday 2021 on Wednesday. So they were like, can you please co-host with this guy? Then we started to co-host together. Then I did interview with Albinism Awareness. I think the Office of Premier saw that on Tuesday, because I'm always live. Then the Tshwane municipality nominated me under Media Excellence Communication. But I was competing with the big dogs there. We were 10. SABC was part of it.
Yeah.
At that time, I don't have resources. SABC has resources. It was that program of disability 63, D63.
Yeah.
What we call this? 360, what? 360 D, disability.
Yeah.
That program of them. Then I see what's going to happen. I'm competing with the big dogs, but I'm going to go. So you have to undergo for the interviews before. I went to different interviews. They will interview me about disability, about me, those things. I went. Then I got the bronze medal from number. It was 10 people. Then I got number 3. Number 2 was this lady who had 20 years in the industry of media now. I can't compete with such big dogs.
Yeah.
Number 1 was SABC. Obvious. That one we saw.
Why are you saying that you can't compete with those people?
You're already there.
Because the problem is that at that time, and I was like, this person, when they read the profile and I say, you have to accept or more.
Don't say that.
So SABC,
sometimes we have to fantasize.
But if it wasn't for SABC, I know what I was gonna be number 2. But I realized, so I got the award. Then last year I got it was my 3rd award last year under Grooming Legends Awards in Pretoria. I don't know who's hosting that event, but I know I was nominated, and then the Sunday Breeze Show got an award. I think it was after I did an interview with the book called what was the title of the I just forgot the name of the book.
Yeah, okay.
But it was written by Dr. Mukwena, that book. Then I got another award under media translation from Tshwane University of Technology. And then in 2023, so I went to Kenya to represent South Africa under the full usable of assistive technology. So I was presenting about the different assistive technologies that do blind people use, your money sticker, your liquid level indicator, your color indicator, your Polaris, Braille No Touch Plus, OBD readers, such things.
Yeah.
So we're presenting about that one.
I think one day we need to have an episode and just discuss all of these different devices.
Then we were 44 countries. I got number 3. You know why I got number 3? When the time I was presenting, I had to sit down. I was affected by a flu at that time. Remember, it was a change of environment. I'm in Kenya. I'm from South Africa, so I'm not used to it. Hot. So I was affected by flu. So I had to sit down, present. But at least I managed to go to number three.
And that's actually good.
Which was very, very, very good for me. I was really happy. The parents were really happy. They didn't want me to go to Kenya though.
Why?
Why not?
Agra was alone. And Kenya
Oh.
said they will only book for one person.
Yeah.
So how did you?
You had to be a risk taker.
I had to be a risk
Sibindi
taker.
bulala,
So,
sibindi
Mfethu, you see what we will see what's happening. Now I'm going. So arrive at airport. I was with my friends when I go to Kenya again at airport. So they delivered me at airport. So they handed me over to the flight that I was going to be using. Then I got a border flight to Kenya for 5 hours, 30 minutes.
When you scared?
Flight.
Like, I mean, traveling alone, like to another country.
No, I was scared because of now I'm used to fly there 1 hour. 1 hour, 10 minutes. I go to Durban, attend the meeting, and then
Come back.
come back. I go to Grahamstown. I had to use, but at that time, that flight was super long. It was super long, that flight. So when I arrived there, the carousel, I met these ladies who are, Kenyans are very beautiful and black.
How do you
Kayla,
see them?
If you don't know.
Brother, please tell me. They're very. Apparently, blind people they see by feeling the body.
So did you?
Now, even I didn't feel the bone. No, I know there's a strategy where blind people use to come and hit the person and be able to grab the bone. I know they do that, especially men, But I just touched her hand. I greeted her. She was, her name, I think it was Diana Micheka. I didn't forget the name.
Oh.
And she offered a hug because she knew in South Africa we hug in South Africa, we shake hands and we hug. So maybe she thought hug it's our culture, so she gave a hug. Hence I realized body so her voice is like this. Then
And she's brown. How did you know that she's brown?
She's coffee blackish.
How did you know?
So my driver was Isaac Waringi. So he said to me, "Yo, my brother, this one is black but super beautiful." At least I managed to in my imaginary world. I even thought, because I have a friend who was attending UP. Her name was Colin. His name is Colin Manas, who was doing international relations. So he loves Kenyan ladies. So I knew when the time I went to Kenya, I'm going to meet these people, Baba so and so.
Yeah.
So Isaac Waringi confirmed to me, "Hey, my friend, if you held this one, South Africans, they will cry, yo. Just this one." you know. But Kenya was a great. I even experienced to eat. There's a plate there wanna call it nemachoma. I ate a
is
lot of
that?
things. Nemachoma, they grate like stew beef, but they grate it with a small pieces of meat.
Sort of like mince.
Yeah, but it's super nice, bro. It's super nice. Super nice. Then I had to travel to their school where there's blind people to check how they do things and whatsoever. But
Whoa, wait, Kelvin. You had to travel to a school where there are blind people.
yeah,
Compared to the ones here in South Africa, what are the differences?
they're still developing, but they're good in Braille. It's more like a Ghanaian blind people. Balor Bajo from Ghana. They are good in Braille. And they are faster than us here. Hey, they are good. This
Wow.
Hence, they always win this Braille Cup competitions, World Braille Cup competitions.
Competitions.
Hey, they are good.
When's the Braille Cup competition this year? Is it every year?
Yeah, it's every year, but I'm not sure about this year because the people that are funding that Kibo SANC BD
And there's like sort of like a problems.
Yeah, I think, but last year it was Bailogon.
What are the myths and like out of character things
Yeah.
people would think of a person living with your disability, specifically you, which you've encountered?
A lot. I think most of the people who are not blind and then they see you blind, first of all, one, they treat you like an idiot.
Hey.
Yeah, they treat you like an idiot. Osango bola again namang. Do you still remember me? You know, you told me your barking. You told me your name 2 hours ago, Joe. Like my mind is working, bruh. My mind is working. My 4 senses are well activated. You understand? Osango bola again namang. You know, and I get to realize if you forgot them. Because sometimes they forget the face tabak.
Yeah.
Let's say now I saw you 1 hour, one year, bargain 3 years ago. Then now you are coming. Calvin, the voice has changed. Osango bola, bra. Now I don't have the schematology now. You see, my schematology is not now kicking in. I'm trying to access my formal schema now. I can't find you there. You understand? Then I say, namata go village. They get so disappointed. Oh, tomorrow, now I forgot you, my friend. Kind of what's your name? They get more so disappointed. Then I'll be like, like there's no way you can be surprised when I'm telling you or I forgot about you. You know, you see or you find yourself in a situation whereby, especially those who can see, you still remember me. You still watching, you know, you're still looking at her, you're still looking at him, you know. But are you the one that I saw from when? You see, you forgot. It didn't kick in. So they think they get disappointed. Second thing, I don't know what's wrong with mainstream people. They think that we are crazy. Did you realize that? They think that we can't, like, they think that we don't think properly. I could see, like, you find, or I remember I went to attend this event one day. So I was with my friend again. Then this friend of mine, this receptionist says, Abuti, ke kopa o motsise hore o batlang tu. You see?
No, that's okay. If you putting it in that sense, because I know you are saying crazy, like I'm thinking like crazy. Okay, so they do it. I don't know why do they do it. They think we can't speak.
Because so I was like, in fact, I tell this guy, Arjig. Says, well, what's wrong? You can't ask this guy or Robert Lang as much as why can't you ask me? So at that time, that event, I'm not gonna mention the department, they've already paid. Then I bolted, moved, left. They call, why didn't you come? I was like, you're receptionist. That attitude, it's not good.
And it's not only with us blind people, they do it with anyone living with a disability. Because I remember there's this lady, she's like she's a tennis player. Like she was once interviewed, like we had a seminar at our institution, and then like she was just telling us about her story. And like she told us, like, people have the tendency of like addressing the person next to her instead of addressing her on matters related to her.
Yeah. The third thing that happened last week now. So I received an email to say there's an internship program for persons with disability. Through Mindworks, I'm mentioning that because I'm angry now. Through Mindworks.
Name and shame.
Through Mindworks. Okay. I apply. And my friend, I'm not gonna lie to you, my CV is great. And then now I can hire myself. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have blown your own horn right now.
So I submit the certificates and blah blah. Yeah, they call. Sure. You know what? Yeah, your CV is very nice. I was working at Steve Biko, I think. Yeah, academic hospital. Okay. Your CV is very nice. Mara, you know, the client is complaining. Hey, you know those comrades. Now we start to sit down to see what is the matter. Issues are pregnant, Pele, at that time. You know. Then I was like, what's wrong? I was like, yeah, you are totally blindish. We won't be able to take you in our company.
Oh.
Why? I was like, why? I'm fair to. They just said you are blind, they won't be able to take you. And I was like, let me just give you a free advice, my friend, before you drop your call. because of you already did it to me, or you've already done it to me. Please don't do it to a second blind person who's going to apply.
You said it was at Steve Biko.
Steve Biko, they gave me a chance. Steve Biko,
Oh.
I'm gonna come there, Libile. Yeah, I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna.
No,
it was
because-
Mindworks, through Mindworks. You see?
Because I'm asking about Steve Biko because I saw the way internships that they sent us from our this other unit. It's sort of like a disability unit. I won't mention where it's from. Ne?
Public health.
So that internship specifically said everyone living with a disability, excluding visually impaired people.
But doesn't that underlie in what practices you're going to be doing in that?
I mean, like, you could put me in something that has to do with admin. I can do it as a person who is visually impaired.
True.
But for you to exclude me as someone who is visually impaired, then what are you trying to create?
No.
What image are you trying to paint?
Okay, let me just give this gratitude, a vote of gratitude to the CEO of Steve Biko Academic Hospital. Miss Letlogonolo Majake is one of the best CEOs, bruh. It was my first time working for doing internship for the corporate place like Steve Biko. What? People are being confused. Hey, what's about computer? Where can we put him? Then it was like, meeting this guy. Ne? She invited me to her office. Very sweet lady. I sat down. She offered a tea. It was cold at that time. And I accepted the tea. We sat down, in fact, we spoke. In fact, when did you go to school? What? And she wanted to know come place a guy, this guy. I was like, let's see the qualification. Qualification, put him in communication under our radio station where she will assist. They called the station manager and the communications officer. They came. I play an impactful role to that unit, bruh. Because she didn't judge me. She wanted to know how can she become more supportive. I even went to the managerial meeting where they host weekly managerial positions. So they wanted me to present about how can I increase the engagement through their social media platforms at Steve Biko. I went with the station manager. I did that. I was presenting using Microsoft PowerPoint. They were so shocked, or a blind person can operate this.
Calvin Okezangani, because these opportunities are coming your way and they are being Nendo ya selling popo isebenzisa that you are not telling us.
Wabona le nna
Belungasabi, share.
le nna I'm saying go na le batho ba ile gore they are lucky more than me. I bet there are people who think that I'm having a car right now.
Really?
And I don't. There are people who think, man, this guy, remember I did an advert their casual day. Ne? I did an advert their casual day. And they were like, hey, man, this advert in fact to this guy, what's happening? Guy. I'm still trying, Lynn. I'm still trying to move, to make my moves. Lynn, I want to see myself in one of the biggest radio stations, Tobel FM. I'm still pushing very hard. And let me just tell you something. It's difficult. You see now you started the podcast. I'm going to leave you with these words and you will remember me when this podcast is on a level, those ones that are super well known. It's difficult, my friend, don't worry, but it's doable. It's doable. As much as you can find the great people, by Lord, they are able to assist you. And it's nice to acknowledge those people. It's doable, my friend. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, you've already touched on what I wanted us to close with, Calvin. Like maybe in closing, what can you say to our side of the story, as it's still a baby, it's still growing? What can you say to me? What can you say to Lwazi to try to motivate us and encourage us? Because we do look up to you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
You know, I have 6 years in the industry of radio. Ne? And, you know, it was really difficult when when the people are saying, now they gave me a tough love and I had to learn from tough love. And that tough love in the Lord gave me the best presenter as I wanted to be. You get my point. So let the people that produce you criticize you. Even if it's because, the person that you are working with, ne? I know, like, this guy from Khale, like, knows SABC. And he's a motivational speaker. He cannot reject him to if I want to do the post. If ever we are born or you are doing wrong things. Because as authors, we resonate with other people's emotions. So if ever one day says to you, Kayla, I don't want you to tackle this podcast like this. I want you to be like, don't be natural. Sometimes tell yourself to say, today I'm not going to be natural. Bobo David, please make a script for me so that I can learn. Because as time goes by, you will want to be in the radio. It's different to what we are doing right now here.
Yeah.
Then we deal with the time and you should be as fast as you can. So what I can say to you, my friend, is that a luck is when your readiness meets with opportunity. And you have to use that opportunity very well when you find it. You know what? They will be able to guide me to the right great way of living. You have him. Use him to be successful. And always be confident in faith. Always be confident. Even if you see, or here I lied, correct it after. Because your confidence made people to not realize that there was a news read on SABC. Who made a mistake by lying to say somebody died? But because of that person he was really confident. People didn't pick that up until he comes to say, rather, this is not what. That's where people said, whoa. In journalism, we call this frame theory. You understand? We call it a frame theory. So So now what I can tell you is that, Mfetu, it's doable. It's doable, and then you will be the product of your decision as time goes. But sometimes you will not have money to travel to the guests. But all the sponsors, in fact, they will come to you running. And use that advantage. You are blind. There's a lot of funding.
And I do need those sponsors.
Use it. You will go far. You will go far. And learn little now for you to be well trained. When you're alone, learn to rehearse the links. I loved your link. I truly love your link because your link is something that gives us a positive podcast. If ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. I'm Kayla, the blind. I was not gonna give you what you want, but congratulations, you got the great studio. This is a start. One day you will thank yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you for the encouraging words.
Thank you so much, Calvin. And thank you for being here, making time for us to be here. I'm sure the viewers are also happy to see you, if they can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can also hear. Yeah.
Leslie, do you have something to say before we close?
I would like to say, Calvin, thank you very much for coming and sharing your story. I feel like you didn't just motivate me and Kayla. You motivated a lot of young people out there as well who would like to go into the same field as you're in, and you giving them the light, basically.
So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity again. And so this is going to be my first time saying that to the podcast. And other people will ask, why now you didn't tell us? So from the 14th of August, we are starting, since we're speaking about myth, I started a book that is called The Chronicles of a Blind Child, where we respond to the questions of those mainstream people, like questions like, how do you see where you are going?
And sometimes I like captioning my videos and saying, The Chronicles of a Blind Student.
Yeah. Then we're talking about how do you navigate in love? How do we navigate in love? Do we depend on the person that we are in? They ask a very naughty question to say, how do you deal with intimacy?
Yeah, that's true.
We are trying to reply on that question. I'm trying to come up with... So I featured journalists. The journalists are contributing because of... I didn't want to write this biography on my own because of... I was going to be biased because I'm going to talk about me alone.
Yeah.
How do I know if it's Kayla who's coming to me? How do those four senses be activated? You know, what are the causes of blindness? You know, we are trying to answer those questions so that we can climb the mountain of the modernized life, more than the traditionalist that says we can't do anything. Hashtag le rena re a kgona.
Wow.
A re a kgona.
Re a
Can't
kgona,
do
we can do it.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, Lwazi. Thank you to the viewers for watching yet another episode of our
Side
of
The
story. Ngimi Invombia Msati, Kayla T. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Hashtag our side of the story.
Our side of the story. Real talk, inspiration, no conversation. My disability is not an ability. I can still do other things better. Listen to our side of the story.